Oh, shit. Hello. Hey, how are you? All right. Hello, hello. Marcus is still pretty sore. Is this on? You guys hear me? Yes, he's still pretty sore. He tested out a little bit here, and we're hoping he's feeling better, but there's some soreness there, some swelling still. And we'll monitor him throughout the day, get some treatment, and still be listed as questionable. I barely can hear you guys, but all good.
So it's a question about the feeling, whether he might be able to go, or is it really like
Just how he reacts to treatment throughout the day. Like I said, the swelling is there, the soreness is there, but we're hoping he has some good treatment today, and kind of we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's very sore, and there's some swelling there, but he has a long day with a little extra hour or two, and we'll see how he feels. So legitimately questionable. In the game, it happened on the fall with Giannis, the one he fell over him and foot got bent back awkwardly. Obviously, in the game, as your adrenaline's going and you keep moving, it didn't tighten up until after the game. You saw him limping some in the second half due to that, and so we knew it happened in the first half, and he played through it. And the next day after the game was obviously very sore. Had to get it looked at.
you may with Marcus or anybody else who kind of plays two great teams and given the grind the last couple of days before you one day off?
Yeah, you can look at it two ways. We didn't get a ton of rest as opposed to Miami, who had a few days off, but we are riding some momentum and staying sharp, and there's benefits to that as well. Miami got 2-3 days off, another day or two extra, but as far as momentum and what we were doing well against Milwaukee, I think some carryover could be good. Yeah, ready because we know the group well enough. We had a little less preparation time than we had going into the other series with the week off for the play-in and the sweep. But we know them well. We know what they're about. We've played them, semi recently, late in the season. For us, it's good to jump right into it, honestly. And the thing we really talked about is not being caught off guard the way we were a little bit against Milwaukee, going from the Brooklyn to Milwaukee series. The physicality was different. So knowing what Miami is all about, how well they're defending and how well they're playing, coming out, not being caught off guard, similar to the way we were in Game 1.
Game one almost an adjustment on the fly. Sorry. Game one almost an adjustment on the fly as you go through it, as it is a different team, a different defense, everything you see.
Yeah, a little bit. And you're feeling things out in Game 1. I think every series kind of has a life of its own. You have to adjust to that quickly, but understanding what they're all about and the takeaways that we got from them is they're defending extremely well. Butler's playing at a high level, and so you know those things going into it. What we'll have to figure out as we go is what they're going to do defensively. They mixed it up quite a bit against Philadelphia, switching a lot of times. Embiid came back. They went more traditional and kept Bam near the basket. So we'll figure that out as we go tonight.
They often defend very differently than Milwaukee.
Yeah.
The switches, kind of more aggressive up the ball, everything like that. What do you need to do to handle that?
Yeah, a lot of similarities, honestly. with their physicality. Off ball, they don't switch as much. So some of our actions that worked well against Milwaukee to get some movement and keep specific matchups, and then they try to protect certain guys as well. Same thing Milwaukee did. They had a switching group versus a group that hedged and did some tricky things, and so they do the same things as far as that to try to protect certain guys and keep certain guys, Butler, Tucker, on certain guys. And so we're prepared for that. They mix in a lot of zones, some trap out of timeouts, so got to be ready for all that.
Even though you weren't here, kind of a reference point for this conference final 2 years ago, just your players.
I think they, being in the bubble is a little bit different, but a lot of familiarity with these two teams. We've grown as a team. Our guys have grown, but I think that a lot of fresh memories still from a series that was hard fought. We felt we had a good opportunity in that series and kind of lost the rope at times. And so their physicality and some of their experience was evident in that series, and I think our guys can take something away from that.
Look at a guy like Jimmy Butler, in some ways compared to Marcus Smart, it's kind of the identity of their team. Sets a table for a lot of what they do defensively.
Yeah, and he's been scoring it at a better level and shooting the three at a better level in the playoffs so far, but understanding who he is, a very cerebral player, gets everybody involved, and it's almost a tailor-made situation for him with all these shooters around, kind of setting the table for everybody and picking his spots. And so they fully rely on him to do a lot, especially with Lowry out, him handling the ball a lot more. And one thing we've done well in the first few series is take away three-point shooters, whether it was Mills and Curry and some of those guys in the Brooklyn series, as well as the shooters with Milwaukee. We want to do the same thing here and take away a lot of the three-point shots and make it tough on the other guys like we did with Durant and Irving and Giannis.
Miami's a really good hedging and blitzing defense. Does the way that Milwaukee was high pressing and pressuring your guards way at the third feet, does that help you kind of prepare for the kind of spacing and outlets you need to have against that kind of scheme?
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, there are some similarities there. The one thing they do is keep you off balance a little bit more out of timeouts and mix it up. They will go after Jason and Jalen at times, and we know that. And we've had a good amount of preparation this year in those situations. Those guys getting blitzed and teams try to take them out, and I think we've vastly improved in that area throughout the season.
Jalen now is 4 conference finals without that in Atlanta.
Yeah.
How much should players rely on that to know what to expect?
I think it's huge. It's the experience of being here before. Guys aren't overwhelmed with the moment, and you guys have been very vocal, Alex especially and other guys, about not being caught off guard. It's a new series, and some of the things that we can take away from going from Brooklyn to Milwaukee, we can do the same with this series. And so I think that experience definitely helps myself as well, being a coach going through it. And so we all rely on each other, lean on the things we've seen in the past, especially with the familiarity, like I mentioned, between these two organizations. And so feel confident going into it because of that. Yeah, here? It's just one shot. Yeah. Yeah, I think at that point we were trying to form an identity, and I think that was that Orlando-Miami game were two of our best. We went to Dallas and had a game we lost at the buzzer, so we started to form the identity of who we were. I think our physicality was evident that night on display here against those guys, and we're missing a few players, and Aaron Neesmith and some guys stepped up, and so for us it was, building towards what we are now. And so that was a really good experience early in the year. We went back and watched that and saw some of the things we did well, but they're playing at a different level as well. So you could take some things from it, what we want to do defensively, but also understanding how much better they are defensively and how much better our offense has to be going into this series. Thank you.
Derek is ready right now, guys, so just stay up here. Derek, how much you look forward to game one tonight after quick turnaround for the Lions?
Yeah, looking forward to it. I mean, it's the Eastern Conference Finals. How can you not look forward to it? So it'll be a big challenge for us, but I think we're ready to go.
How different team is Miami
I mean, they're the #1 team in the East for a reason. They've proven it all year. So, I mean, they don't have someone like Giannis, but they got a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things, and defensively they're one of the best. So we got to be prepared for what they're going to throw at us. Yeah, I mean, I'm just listening to the stories that some guys had some from the past, and I mean, a lot of them have been in the Eastern Conference Finals but haven't been past it. So we're looking to change that, and it starts here tonight.
What are they saying about the whole series against the Heat?
I mean, they were disappointed they lost, but they're looking to get some payback for that, and I mean, I'm happy to be part of that.
Your Marcus dealing with a foot injury. People always talk about his toughness. How much of that do you get to see on display?
Yeah, I mean, incredibly tough, battling, fighting through injuries, guarding bigger players, whatever it might be. I would say he's the heart and soul of the team, and I mean, you all know he's going to do whatever he can take to get out there and help us win.
You've probably been asked this before. This is my first chance. All the way back on Team USA in China, developed Celtics. How much did that experience help your transition coming here to Boston and kind of fitting in with what you had?
Yeah, it definitely helped. Just having that prior relationship with them, getting to know them off the court. So I mean, it wasn't like I was getting brand new people when I got traded. So just having those prior relationship was big for my transition and helped me get accustomed to the things.
How quickly did that come to mind when you heard you had been traded specifically to Boston?
Yeah, it definitely made it a lot easier. I mean, I knew them from USA and then the coaching staff already, people from the training staff. So I had that sense of knowing where people were and knowing who people were, so that made it a lot easier.
Personally and collectively, how are the legs? How you feeling physically? You could be looking at a 12-game stretch of a few days.
Yeah, I feel good. Just been getting treatment, doing whatever it takes to get my body right. I mean, it's East Conference Finals, so everybody's a little banged up, but we got to fight through it and figure a way.
Feel happy you're playing, right away from that high game 7 to 40 hours later in the game 1.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We can't really make the schedule, so just whatever it is, we're gonna be ready to go. And it's a quick turnaround, but we're ready.
Milwaukee went to a lot of like full court pressing or just high pressure on the ball. Miami's a team that likes to blitz or switch up. So how did what you experienced in Milwaukee prepare you guys for this high pressure?
Yeah, I mean, just being able to handle that pressure. I mean, they do it a little differently than Milwaukee was, but just handle the pressure, execute offensively, get people in the right spots, and get a good shot up every time.